All right, and welcome back to another exciting installment of Minetest gameplay of sorts. Yeah, and this is the fourth time I'm recording this video, but out of the ashes, like a phoenix, arose. If this video works, if you're seeing this, then it worked. Yeah. So, so how's everybody doing? It's 26 degrees in Chicago right now. Yikes. So, look at this. All of a sudden, the bike mod started working. Yes, it did. So, with the problems that I had with everything upgrading to 5.1.0, and there's a bunny in my bike shop. You look at, there's a pink bike and a blue and a teal and an orange and a red and a white. There's a lime-ish, yellowish green. Everything works. So, there's two Michaels, Michael P and Michael G. And there was one that had the update. Michael G had suggested that on GitHub, you could find the latest release. Now, it's kind of strange because I did find the stable branch, but there's a button next to the branch that says tab. And I forgot that if you click on that, it'll bring you to the source code for each version. So I found the version and I can downgrade, but then the bike model stopped working. So I put up with the fence and the fence not working and me partially dying if I jump off onto grass or have no bikes. And how that works is you take the gun here, and we're going to change this bike to, let's do this color. And then, bam, we did it. We changed it. And now it works. However, there's one other thing that doesn't work. As you can see, my character is in the floor. And that happened before. As you can see, if I'm standing normally, I'm above the counter. So what that was before was the 3D armor mod needs to be upgraded. So the bikes are working. Look at that. And there's my bunny rabbit jumping aimlessly in there. So we are going to get into the cool part of the video because I've been doing some major updates, especially with the last 3 unrecorded versions. I recorded them, but what was that? Oh, hi, Mr. Penguin. And I froze. Oh, and not again. So we are out at the modern world again. So I finished the bridge, and it turned out really cool. And there's a bike from my failed other video attempt. So I also got rid of the suicide lane and the turn lane. And right here is where it whittles down into 2 lanes. There's no diagonal, so I had to use that. Yes, it did. So in the streets mod and the infrastructure mod, you have these cool guardrails and crash barriers that light up. And this is my bridge design. And I have been using the steel a little bit much. But look at that. That is so cool. It's a modern. This just keeps going down. There's lights all the way down here. But there you have it. It's got this real cool design to it. I like that. So this is the bridge. And the legs go all the way down into the earth. And there's steel understructure that supports it. And then here's the train. And how did you say, well, how did you get the trestle centered with the bridge? You had to move it. Yeah. But here's the one thing that I didn't calculate. The bridge is 6 nodes wide, the trestle, And the actual roadway surface of up here is 13 wide. So this will never sit center. So how did I fix the, that is how I did it. So this, it curves and it goes and it works. So I'm happy. Look at that. We have a very cool bridge trestle system. And this is as far as I got. Right there. So that works. But it's really cool because this like keeps going into the earth. So that is the bridge. Very nice. And there's my bike. I should take the bike for a little ride here. And now if I go on the bike, there we go. That's the back view. There's eyes on the back of my head. Yes, I am part of the Illuminati. Yes, I am. So let us go over to the new building. Now, I name all my buildings except for like all my builds. Like this gas station, it's just called a gas station. This building here, there's no name for it. That building is just an office building. Just whoa, wheelie time into a pole. Yeah, there's no reverse on the bike. That is just a luxury condo. And then you have the other luxury apartments over there. And now I could call it John Hancock building, but we won't for, copyright reasons. So what I came up with is, now stop. Thank you. I'm trying to get off of this thing now. There we go. Don't mind the person in the pavement. Yeah, don't mind him. This now is the headquarters of the Apocalyptic Doughnut of Doom. Dun dun dun. Yeah. I found a use for these mutated donuts that I created in Blender last year. So what I did, I can't remember what the actual John Hancock building or 875 North Michigan Avenue. I can't remember the street level, and I could have looked up pictures, but I've thought this fish pond would have been way more interesting. And I had water coming out of the top of the donut, and it actually streamed down the donut. It looked really cool, but the fish would have all gravitated towards that, because I've had that problem before. So what we have here is we have an underground parking garage, and this in real life is on the east side, the northeast side of the building. In real life. Yeah. So, here's a parking garage. And we go down into it. It's not finished, of course. But you can see here we have our garage door, which opens. I just have to put the lines in here and stuff like that. Here's the pastel donut of doom. Yeah. Now, there is an elevator right there. There's the elevator. But I have created a stairway. Now, why does that volume seem... That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So in here, I use my favorite stairs from the bridge, industrial bridges. And it goes up. Oh, I forgot to get rid of a block. Why is that block there? Oh, I know why that block is there. Because of this wood. I haven't finished that yet. So this will actually go up to the third floor, which is up there. And that's how I'm going to run the stairs instead of trying to make the other stairs adapt, because I was off on my calculations. So this is the first floor. No, really? So we have this main hallway here, which is kind of, I have to do something about the shape. I don't know. I'm still playing with it. So we have washrooms here. Nothing ordinary. Just some custom bathrooms. Yep. And here's the elevators that go up to the observation deck and the other floors. And here's the elevator that goes to the garage. Here's the office, which isn't finished yet. There's going to be a small hallway here that will why can't, you know what? I can't talk and work at the same time. So there's going to be a hallway here that's going to go down. And there's going to be different doors into different offices. So that'll take care of that. So there's going to be multiple offices here. So this is the ticket window area. And so there's just some workstations set up here. You come up, you get your tickets, information, what have you. Got a nice little chandelier. I chose the orange color because the other building across the street has the green chandeliers. Yes, I do. And we got obviously our trees. I'm going to leave this alone. I might put some seating over here, but this is basically it. I want it sparse with, just enough. And then over here is some seating around this area. And then back in here, this is just going to be a little sandwich bar. And there's going to be like cafeteria sandwich bar. There's going to be seating and tables over here. I haven't chosen the floor color yet. And then over here. And then this back here is another way to get up into the offices. So this area will be done. As you see, there's going to be a lot of other. It's just a restaurant. But back here, check this out. We have an elevator. So real quickly, we come back here. Why is it going? Come on. Going dark. Back here, there's a glass elevator that goes all the way up the building. So we come up and it's attached. It attaches really cool to the main structure here. And then the elevator sits inside that glass window. It goes all the way up the building. So we are going to take a ride on that elevator. So you come back in here, and this is how you access this elevator. Come in, do that, and we're going to go to observation. But look at this. Look how cool. Oh, I turned on unlimited view. Look how cool that is. You get the bird's eye view, the scary view of it. And then you come up to the observation, and you come out. And there you have it. And I was toying with that idea, but that looks really cool. And you can adapt that to almost anything. So there. So up here on the observation, as you notice, I kind of updated the roof line and everything, put those decorative blocks on there. Those are like grates, vents. You can see the air conditioning. You can see the TV towers and antennas and everything else. But back here is the vending. So you can come back, get some change, get some snacks. But you come in here, and this is where the restaurant is. So this is the kitchen area back here. This is our little landing area for coming up on these elevators. And you come in here, you have a little seating, and then you have the kitchen. This is the main kitchen area where everything gets made. They also cater for the entire building, and that's what this area back here is for more additional prep work. Yeah. So out here, And this looks really cool at night, which the sun will be going down soon because everything's decorative. I have all the plants going on and the vines and all that. The tables, these are all custom cut from the circular saw. A homemade tree, another homemade tree over there we'll take a look at. But I hung these lights with the can lights down, and these other lights are just kind of oddly placed. And they're done on purpose like that because at night it looks like stars. So it really does work. Didn't I put a thing for this table? No, I guess I didn't. Oh well. Just gonna have to put one in here real quickly, like there we go. And no, that's not what it was supposed to do. Did it give me it? Yes, it did. Man, I am running out of space again. All right. So all this is, now I don't think I have the can light. Wow. I am batting 1,000 here. So we're just going to grab a can light. There, that was bright. Not going to take eyesight for granted, are we, Mr. Jeffries? We have some outdoor seating. Very cool. And then over in here we have a custom area for big, huge parties or meetings. So it turned out pretty cool. I have to replace the grass with some flowers. So this is going to be the restaurant on the observation deck. And in the real John Hancock building, see, I made that tree by myself using fence posts. It's very easy to do. You just create some branches, throw some leaves on there, and make it look as realistic as you want. So we have some vines and stuff going down to hide all that. And back here, obviously, just some bathrooms for, realism. Yeah. And here's our office, because it needs an office. And then we're back. Now, there we go. These stairs here, what they do is they go up to the mechanical room. And similar to how I have that glass elevator, I'm going to create 2 cylinders over here, and those will equal water tanks. They'll just kind of sit over here, and then we're going to have some more air conditioning and heating stuff over here, and some mechanical room stuff. And then you go up onto the roof hatch, and this brings you out to where we've seen before. So we have the stairway going up to the TV towers and the cell antennas, and we have an air conditioning unit here on the roof. Look at that. That turned out way better than I expected. So, yeah. So that is the, and I'm not going to, when this thing is ultimately done, because none of the offices, maybe I'll do one floor of the offices, but other than that, everything else is just going to be, this is pretty much done. I don't want to keep, I do have to put at least one stairway going down, and I might do that right here. You see, I have this blocked off because of the coolers. So I'm going to have to figure out like an emergency stair going down. And this is my custom grilling area and prep area. And then we have our inline coolers. So it turned out. Might as well take care of the flowers while we're here. So get rid of all this stuff. Oh, I know what I want. I don't want to go with the same. with the same, the hydras or the blackberry bushes, but I do want that one. I thought there was some other flowers here. Oh, I think baked. The baked clay mod. Yeah, we have this one, a thistle, and that one. Those are the ones that I want to use. Put that there. Just give it some. We'll leave one grass. Put that there. Oh, and this one here. Because I do like that one. I don't know why. I mean, it's a very good looking plant. So, this is pretty much done. Now, I could kind of, oh, you know what the one I'm missing is just a regular flower. Oh, so getting back to, now, like so Michael P and Michael G, I believe they're both in IT. We were talking about updating, you see the latest shiny, so you have to kind of update. And, like I said before, I do have a problem with always wanting the latest and greatest. And for the most part, I haven't really been burned as in terms of upgrades. I've been relatively lucky, except on the Windows side. Now, when on the Windows side, right before I'm doing this final version, I got a notice from Lenovo that there was updates, and they were on auto install. That looks good. I like that. And one of the updates was a BIOS update, and I'm sitting there going, "Oh, this ain't gonna end well." I told my daughter, I said, "This can brick your machine." Really? And she's like, "Well, why do it?" Well, I read the notes, the release notes of it, and guess what it said there for Linux users? They updated the IVRS table for, it allows Linux to boot. So I immediately installed it. I had to install it through Windows, and I went in, I booted the machine up, it went to grub, and I went into I manually went into the grub entry and erased the IVRS line, the line of code that you have to put in, and the KDE Neon and the Ubuntu both booted without that line. They are no longer needed on this machine. So I am a happy camper, and it's the update actually took. So yay. But I am getting better at not having to update to the latest shiny. So we'll see. We'll see what happens in the future. But sometimes it actually works out. Okay, so that's it. This is done. We're at 24 minutes already, and I haven't really done anything. I had a huge observation on why I thought Linux will never be the desktop of the year, or the year of the Linux desktop. In a nutshell, if you go back, Windows is what, 30 or 40 years? I don't know. But when Windows started out, you had to be an IT person. You had to be somebody that was actually into computers to understand how it worked and to make it work. And I go all the way back to IBM DOS and Microsoft DOS 6.0, and I go back to IBM OS2 Warp 4, and way before that. And the thing is that Windows went through the growing pains of becoming a distribution or an operating system that the nowadays user, could just turn on the computer and it just work. Very few people ever have to go into the command line or Power Tools, PowerShell, or anything like that. You just didn't have to, and even for Mac. But Linux hasn't gone through those growing pains as Windows did and Mac did, Apple did. And what I mean by that is, so if anybody can remember back when, if you can remember back when using, like Windows 1.0, and then Windows 3.1, that was when it hit the masses, and you had the 16 disks to make it work. Those growing pains that people went through to install it, that's unheard of nowadays. So Linux has tried to have a mass, machines out of the box, but it was a failed net. It was a very underpowered netbook. So now you have things like System 76 and Star Labs, and there's a couple more. Another one out of the UK that they're putting Linux on the machines. Dell has the XPS 13. Lenovo is coming out with a Linux series of laptops. However, they're not geared towards the general audience. They're not geared towards grandma and grandpa. They're geared towards developers. The XPS 13 is the Dell development machine for developers. So Linux is way behind in its growing pains and adoption to get to the point where Microsoft and Apple are today. And I don't think that'll ever happen. Even though, I love Mac OS X and Linux, I still can't use Linux because for recording, because OBS Studio won't utilize the AMD hardware. And there is an AMD GPU Pro package, but it's only for the LTS support. It's not for the other ones. So I'm going to play around with that. And that allows, that'll allow use of the graphics card, which that's why I'm on Windows right now recording this, because it does take advantage of that driver. So that's my 2 cents. And you can disagree all you want. I love Linux. I always will use Linux. This machine was purposely bought to run Linux. And for the most part, it is now. So that's it. Here's my building, and it's done. So there's my glass elevator. I am so happy the way that glass elevator turned out. I'm glad I had all this misstep. And it fits in with the side of the building. It actually looks like something that is plausible. So every major floor where the cross beams come down, except where I made the mistake on, there's 2 down here. You have all glass in the elevator shaft right there. That wasn't supposed to be there, but I'm going to leave it. And then the base. All right. So that does it. And that's that one building. I'm going to do something back here. Once I get some more buildings put in, I'm going to renovate these back areas and put gardens in and walkways for, people that come out of the back of these buildings. Maybe some a service entrance or a drive parking lot. That looks cool. That really does. So that building is done, and it's now known as the Apocalyptic Doughnut of Doom headquarters. And there you have it. And I'm gonna take my bike. I'm gonna go home. So we have the bridge completed. We have some more trees put back here. And I wonder if I put this bike down. Oh, it should retain the color. There we go. It retained the color. So we have some bikes in with our Porsche and our GTR. Very cool. Oh, that's what I used that block way too much. So that is it. We are back at the homestead. And I forgot to take a picture, a screenshot of the apocalyptic donut of doom. I will have to go back there and do that. But I'm going to leave you with this nice view of the city skyline that's coming together. So thank you very much for joining. Yeah, like I said, it's 26 degrees in Chicago, so yay us. And so everybody stay warm and safe out there. And until the next episode, goodbye.